What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and I got a question for you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Should President Biden step down from his position as the President of the United States? This is your stimulus check update, your stimulus package update, and your breaking news update, you guys. Now, things have gone from bad to worse for President Joe Biden, and right now, today, we've got some breaking news, and it's very unfortunate. Take a look here, just came out. Multiple U.S. service members killed in an explosion outside of Kabul airport amid evacuations. Now, listen to this. At least 13 people, including children, were killed and many others were injured. Taliban sources told NBC in what they described as suicide attacks, you guys. Now, we have been seeing for about the past week or so articles coming out like this. This is from last week. Something is wrong with the president. Here's another one that says Harris's approval is sinking further. But President Joe Biden's has just been plummeting, and they're saying, most say that Harris will replace Biden. Now, take a look at some of these articles coming out saying why the media is worse for Biden than it even was for Trump, you guys, saying that he's getting a lot of bad press. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this is probably coming out from Republican sources, and yes, we're going to be getting to that here in just a second, but you guys, Democrats also, take a look at this. Progressives and many Democrats in Congress are not approving of the way things are being handled, some of the stances that Biden has, and we just reported to you yesterday that, take a look at this, AOC and other progressives opened the door to fighting Biden on renewing federal unemployment benefits, saying that they are not happy with his stance. They are coming to flip him on his stance on extending federal unemployment benefits. And you guys, I got to be honest with you, we've seen him actually flip on a couple of his stances, and I would not be surprised if we saw progressives come through and extend federal unemployment benefits. Now, we will see, but in addition to that, as I mentioned, Republicans, take a look at this. Haley, Blackburn, and other Republicans call for Biden's resignation or impeachment after attack at Kabul airport. Now, you guys, take a look at some of these tweets coming out. Should Biden step down or be removed for his handling of Afghanistan? Yes. But that would leave us with Kamala Harris, which would be 10 times worse. God help us. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, as you guys know here on the channel, I like to just report the news. I'm not taking stances left or right. Let me know, do you approve? Do you not approve? Do you think that this is being blown out of proportion? Do you think that this is to the point where he should be removed? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, take a look at some other ones coming out here. This one's from Ronnie Jackson. If President Trump can be impeached for a phone call, then the time has come to impeach Biden for gross negligence in Afghanistan. Americans deserve better. We deserve better than someone who's willfully ignores the worst crisis in decades. Here's another one, horrific. Joe Biden needs to take responsibility and resign. We must keep our troops safe and our country protected. God bless our soldiers and their families. Take a look at this one. Biden administration has failed Americans on yet another front. Americans have now died due to this administration's failures. This is inexcusable, and I am calling on President Joe Biden, the Secretary of State Blinken, and Joint Chiefs of Staff General Milley to resign, you guys. Now, we're seeing, take a look at this, GOP signals, headaches are coming for Biden after the midterms. Now, what we're hearing, you guys, is they're saying that if things flip, Democrats lose control and Republicans step in, they're going to be doing everything they can to evoke the 25th Amendment and impeach President Joe Biden and get him removed out of his position, you guys. Now, to add insult to injury, take a look at this. We saw that on January 8th, 2021, we saw the peak of pandemic cases at 300,000 new cases per day. And take a look at where we are now. August 23rd, 2021, not even in flu season. New cases, 266,000 just a couple days ago, you guys. So there is a lot of stuff going on, a lot of chaos. Let me know your thoughts. What is your stance right now on the way that President Joe Biden is doing? Do you think that he's going to make it to a second term? Or do you think that his approval rating is plummeting, things are falling apart, and it's time for somebody else to step in? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, you guys. But I'm going to be diving into these articles, get you caught up on this news that's coming out right now, August 26, 2021, so that way you know the latest that's going on. Now, in addition to that, you guys, before we dive in, if you could do me a quick favor, even though this news might not be what you want to hear, if you could just smash that like button, lets YouTube know that you think that I'm doing a good job reporting this stuff to you guys, and they might share this out to other people. Also, leave your comments down below. I'd like to get your thoughts on this, and be sure to share it out on your own to other social media platforms if you think it's going to help out other people. Also, if this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date on everything that's happening with stimulus, unemployment, Congress, the economy, be sure to take a second to smash that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. You can come join the Ram fam. I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff. And if you got any specific questions that you want me to answer, go ahead and shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. That is the best way to get a hold of me directly if you got any specific questions that you want me personally to answer. But with that being said, you guys, let's dive into these articles. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest, on the news that's happening today with President Joe Biden, Afghanistan, stimulus, and everything going on in our world. All right, you guys, so first up, link in the description below to this breaking news about these attacks at the Kabul airport, and it says multiple U.S. service members were killed Thursday when two explosions rocked an area outside of the Kabul's airport. The Pentagon said in a statement a number of others were being treated for wounds after this complex attack as well. Now, 3 U.S. Marines were injured, according to 3 U.S. military officials. And we also know that a number of Afghans fell victim to this heinous attack as well, according to the Pentagon. Now, Taliban sources told NBC News that 13 people, including children, were killed in what they described as suicide attacks, and Russia's foreign ministry gave the same death toll as well. Now, the explosions came hours after the United States and its allies had warned about a potential attack at the airport as thousands gathered in a desperate effort to flee after the Taliban's takeover of the country. Now, Pentagon spokesperson John Kirby said on Twitter that there was an initial blast outside of the airport's Abbey Gate and at least one other explosion at or near the Baron Hotel a short distance away. Now, while it was not immediately clear who was behind the explosions, 2 U.S. intelligence officials said the assumption is that the Islamic State group's Afghani affiliate ISIS-K carried out an IED attack, and the Taliban had started investigations on different levels to identify perpetrators of this terrorist incident and their motives, a spokesperson from the Taliban had said. Now, President Joe Biden on Tuesday also warned about the risk of the attack from ISIS-K, known as the Islamic State Khorasan, after an old name from the region. Now, every day that we're on the ground is another day that we know that the ISIS-K is seeking to target the airport and attack both U.S. and allied forces and innocent civilians. Now, the president has stuck to his deadline for the U.S. mission to end in spite of criticism at home and at abroad, and that is at the end of this month. And what we've heard is that we had over 50 senators and members of Congress come and tell him that we need to get people out, we need to extend that deadline, but he has stuck to the current deadline. But they said it's flexible, and if needed, they can extend it out even further. So there are members of Congress telling him that he needs to extend this out as well, people in Congress. Now, the Taliban, they have warned that any delay would cross a red line that would have consequences, but they have so far kept up their promise not to attack any Western forces as they evacuate. So you guys, we're hearing that this is how it's all unfolding right now. Now, as more information comes out, I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date on this, but we're also hearing that a lot of people are disapproving of how President Joe Biden has been handling this. His approval ratings are plummeting, and we're also hearing that Republicans are saying that if they get control, they're going to do everything they can to get him out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but link in the description below to this article that just came out today that says it's going to be the new normal. GOP signals big headaches for Biden after the midterm elections. Republicans are pledging big headaches for President Joe Biden if they can win back control of one or both chambers of Congress next year. Now, amid the days-long fallout over Afghanistan, GOP lawmakers have floated everything from launching select committees to impeach, to even questioning if Biden should be removed through the 25th Amendment, which questions the president's ability to be in his position as the leader-in-chief of the country. And they're saying that he cannot handle this. They want him removed. Now, the comments are, for now, just rhetoric that plays well with their base. But it's also a potential preview of how the GOP-controlled Congress could try to trip up Biden heading into 2024. And it says, we are at this point in America where we see things like this from Congress all the time now. This is just a part of the new normal, said the GOP strategist, former House leadership staffer. Now, in a minority in both chambers, Republicans are currently largely powerless to do much beyond use of the issue of firing up their voters and file largely symbolic resolutions and urge Democrats or watchdogs to probe various parts of the Afghanistan exit strategy, you guys. So right now, as you know, Democrats control all of Congress, the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and Republicans are pretty much powerless. But as we've seen in the past, and we've actually heard this from Senator Bernie Sanders, that if you do not put up or shut up when you're in full control, Every time historically we see the power just totally flip, you guys. So midterm elections are coming up, and could we see a complete Republican takeover of the House and the Senate? And if we do, what does that spell out for President Joe Biden? And will he even make it to a second term, or will he be voted out, or will we see a President Kamala Harris, you guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, as you know, right now, Congress is working away on the next stimulus package, $3.5 trillion. And we've got a lot of back and forth going on, and Democrats are fighting amongst themselves. Even though they control all of Congress, they can't seem to agree on what they're going to be providing in this next stimulus package. Now, we're hearing the price tag is an issue for moderate Democrats, saying that they need to make it smaller. And then we heard today Bernie Sanders come out and say, this is not enough. We need even more, you guys. Now, in addition to that, we're seeing calls for stimulus checks, calls for other provisions that are currently not included. And we're also hearing that progressives are upset because President Joe Biden has taken a stance against extending out federal unemployment benefits, and they're saying they're coming to flip Biden, you guys. Now, if you missed that video from yesterday, be sure to check it out. I broke it to you guys as soon as it came out, and you guys, there is a lot unfolding right now. I will be sure to keep you up to date as more information rolls out, but that is the latest that's going on right now. And once again, let me know your thoughts. What do you think we should do here? Should President Joe Biden continue, or should he be removed from office? Well, you guys, that is the latest, the breaking news coming out today. And as always, thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget to take a second to smash that like button. Really helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments down below. And if this is your first time here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, come join the Ram fam. I'll keep you up to date on everything that's unfolding, regardless if it's what you want to hear or not. I'll make sure that you get the straight facts right from the sources, and I'll link everything in the description below. And if you got any specific questions for me, don't forget, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. That's the best way to get a hold of me if you got any specific questions for me. But with that being said, you guys, hope this reaches you well. I'll be sure to keep you up to date, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.